Here we have Cardano, or symbol ADA, versus the dollar. Mr. FA is asking if his 43 to 34 cent targets are realistic. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of bounces along the way, namely at about like 53 to 55 cents, to be fair. But ultimately, I think that you are on the right side of this one. Obviously, hidden bearish divergence right here on the weekly, rather powerful, alongside a silver cross to the downside on very low volatility. You know, I'd first be looking for a bounce short term off of like the 75 to 76 cent lows that you saw from March. You know, typically gonna get a bounce around there, and then the hopium for the Cardano community is that it bounces back above specifically this 120 high right here. If that happens, the lows are in, very likely trading back up to like 175, $2 plus, you know, great. Do I think that that's likely? No, not really. I do think over a long period of time, while there probably is a bounce somewhere around, you know, 75 to 78 cents. I do think that it will come down somewhere around about 53 to 55 cents. But you're looking even further down than that, towards 43 cents. So let's try to figure out what you're looking at. Well, I can kind of see over here on the monthly that, yeah, it is okay. I do see what you're targeting on the monthly. You're targeting the last breakout region. So perhaps that does become relevant maybe over the summer, but I do think that there's going to be some stops along the way. And then also, you know, you got to give the hopium its due diligence as well, right? But let's go reference stochastic momentum and see if it's lining up with this. And yeah, I would say so on the weekly. The weekly stochastic momentum is going to, one, turn down with any sort of a weekly closure below 94 cents. And two, it already has DMI support for a downside continuation move. The monthly is just the monthly is, oh, not fucking good. The 5-day also wrecked below 115. And the daily is gonna actually have a little bit of upside momentum above about 83 cents or so. So technically speaking right now, probably does, or might align for another bounce. But short-term bounces, I do think get arrested somewhere around about 90 cents. I think at best case scenario, short-term, if this one gets another rally, sorry, not 90 cents, but more around like 95 to 96 cents. I would be long-term macro bearish, especially as long as you're below that 120 high. I do think that your targets will be relevant over time, but first and foremost, I'd say expect a nice bounce at around, you know, 75 to 76 cents, and then probably again around mid to low 50 cents. And then after that, you know, I think your targets do become relevant, but one thing before the next, and obviously a lot can happen in between there. So yeah, is there anything on a 4 that's giving us some hopium? Not really. Hidden bearish divergence all the way through. Even the 4 hours looking at continuation, barring a heroic close above about 88 cents intraday here. So yeah, hopefully that was helpful for Cardano.